Welcome back. My entire research team is standing by with CNBC-TV18's list of top 10 stocks that you can watch out for as we begin the day's trade. Well, there is more uncertainty in store for Z investors following the SEBI order that has come through. Surbi is here with more details on that. Surbi, over to you.
That's right. So now SEBI has barred Subhash Chandra and Puneet Goenka to hold any key managerial positions in any listed companies. Now this order comes after the fact that regulator has found Subhash Chandra and Puneet Goenka both have siphoned off funds from Z for their own benefits. Now they have 21 days to file their reply or objections regarding this order. Now this will mean delayed timelines on the merger process, which were expected to move faster after NCLAT had dismissed the NCLT appeal, which was to reassess the exchange approval. Now, Puneet Goenka is slated to be the MD or the CEO of the merged company, so we will wait to see what happens there. And also, the next NCLT hearing is on 16th June, so we will await more details post that hearing also.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. So we're going to, of course, keep in mind that Z Entertainment could be under pressure today. Bad news coming through once again. So more on that in a bit. But before that, we also have some news on Hero MotoCorp. So we'll keep that on our radar this morning. There was an investor day that Hero MotoCorp had held, and here are the key takeaways. They have some aggressive launch plans in the premium segment, in which they have an under 10% market share currently. They have 4 new launches lined up in the premium segment, and they're looking to set up 100+ exclusive premium outlets. So that's one area that their focus is on. The second area they're focusing on is electric vehicles. They plan to launch EVs in 100+ cities by FY24, and 2 new EV scooters will be launched in the mid and mass segment by FY24. They've identified 3 levers of growth. One of them is expanding the core segment. Second is growing the premium segment, as I pointed out. And third is looking to become a leader in the EV segment through both distribution as well as through partnerships. CLSA has put out a note where they've actually downgraded the stock to a sell. They retain their target price of 27.08, which is below the current market price. They say that although the plans that Hero MotoCorp have are very aggressive, there is a lot of competitive intensity at the moment in the sector, and the market share gains are something that will remain a challenge for the company. So I'm going with red on the back of the downgrade.
All right, that's Hero MotoCorp. We'll see how the stock opens and discuss this and put this to Harendra as well in just a bit from now. But more stocks with news flow. Vivek is standing by with that list. Vivek, hi, morning.
Well, good morning. Quite a few stocks on the radar on the back of news flow. Engineers India Limited, some positive news flow coming in. The company has got an order of 472 crore from ONGC, and the project completion schedule is around 40 months for this particular order that the company has won. Keep an eye out for LJVN, the renewable energy arm of the company, that is LJVN Green Energy, has got a 200 megawatt wind power project order via the EPC contract route. The competitively bid price for this particular order was 3.24 rupees per unit, and the cost of construction of this particular project stands at around 1400 crore. Watch out for both the Inox Wind as well as Inox Wind Energy. The group has gone in for a simplification as far as the cross-holding is concerned. So Inox Wind will now be merged with Inox Wind Energy. And when you're talking about the merger ratio, 158 shares of Inox Wind will be issued for 10 shares of Inox Wind Energy. Along with that, 158 share warrants, which has an issue price of 54 rupees each, will now be issued for 10 share warrants of Inox Wind Energy at an issue price of 847.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Well, let's go back to Surbi. She's got some more stocks that she's tracking for us. Surbi?
Yeah, so on my radar is JSW Steel. Now they have declared as a preferred bidder in the auctions for granting mining lease for iron ore mineral in Goa. Now the projected iron ore resources in these 2 blocks is 75.5 million metric tons. The next one on my radar is Canfin Homes. There is a board meeting on June 19th to consider a fundraise via equity or debt. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Surbi, for that. So a lot of stocks in focus. But crude, there was a big move in crude overnight. Manisha joins in to give us the latest on that. Manisha, 4% fall is what we saw.
Oh, absolutely. 4.5% of a decline in the overnight markets for the crude prices, and that brings us to a 5-week lows for the crude prices. It is now down 6% on week as well. There have been concerns about weak demand in China, and even as Saudi Arabia has cut output by 1 million barrels, it is Russia, Nigeria, UAE, Iran, where output really seems to be increasing. And then we are looking at rising Russia crude to India, China at record levels as well. The derivative markets also have seen extended selling. We also have seen fresh shorts shorts being created in case of crude oil prices. So perhaps the downside is not done yet from here. Also, there is an increase in the U.S. production. So if you are looking at higher production, higher inventories, but demand not so strong. And then you have data watch as well. The U.S. inflation numbers come in today and the U.S. Fed meeting tomorrow. So ahead of that, the participation also is lowered. Most of the investors on the sidelines. If there are any seen to be selling, there could be some more pressure continuing here.
Okay, all right, Manisha, thanks a lot for that. Well, here's a quick recap of all the stocks we just covered for you. Stocks with positive news flow include JSW Steel, Canfin Homes, EIL, SJVN, Inox Wind and Inox Wind Energy. While stocks reacting to negative news flow could include Hero MotoCorp, Z Entertainment, ONGC and Oil India.